Hello all. If I look a little tired, I have earned it over the last week. If you don't know me, I am Christy Dosh. I am the founder of Guide My Brand, and I am a publicist. I'll save you the rest of the explanation because I want to tell you what I've learned and reminded myself about PR over the last week as I have helped my best friend navigate having an appendectomy and some serious complications that arose from that. I will give you a spoiler alert and tell you that she is doing okay. She got to go home last night after nearly 1 week in the hospital for appendicitis, which should be routine. It took 2 trips to the ER before they diagnosed her. It took hours of badgering, almost 12 hours, actually exactly 12 hours from the time she was diagnosed to actually get back in an OR to have an appendectomy. And the whole experience over the last week has been, excuse me, her mother, my mother-in-law, my husband, harassing, every nurse and doctor in the hospital. You call for a nurse and 45 minutes later, you might get one. My friend is supposed to get up several times a day and walk around, but no one would ever come and get her and walk her around, and she wasn't allowed to walk by herself. She would need ice chips and hours would go by and nobody would bring them to her. And so we talked about how we couldn't imagine what you would do if you were in the hospital and you didn't have friends and family there to advocate on your behalf and to go hunt down the nurse in the hallway when you need something and to ask the doctor very direct questions when he clearly doesn't want to talk about your surgery because there were complications and maybe complications that shouldn't have existed. And so we talked about how important it is to have these people on your side who are advocating for you when you can't advocate for yourself. And I was reminded of just how important it is to advocate for yourself when you can. Okay, so when you're not lying in a hospital bed with a ruptured appendix and sepsis and you are trying to grow your business, then you need to be your own best advocate. If you've ever watched WWE or have any interest in it whatsoever, you're probably familiar with Paul Heyman. He is the epitome of an advocate, and I'm sure he would say the same thing. But you have to remember that no one's going to care about you or your business as much as you're going to care about it. Nobody's going to work as hard for your business. I don't care who you hire. It's your baby. No one's ever going to advance your business the way that you can. And that is so true from a publicity and PR perspective, okay? If you're not advocating for yourself, if you're not telling people what you do, if you're not getting in front of your ideal client or customer, if you're not doing the legwork and putting in the work from every angle, but particularly from a publicity perspective, no one may ever know about you, okay? I could find the cure for cancer and create a new website. You've probably heard me give this example before. Create a new website tonight, put the cure on there, and then go about my, merry business. Who would ever know? Who would ever find it? Okay, it's gonna have no SEO value, so it's not gonna show up in searches. But if I'm not out there telling people about it and publicizing it, the cure for cancer will go undiscovered by people, and you will go undiscovered by people too if you're not out there advocating on your own behalf, okay? If you're not willing to get out there and sort of sell yourself and tell people who you are and what you do, who's going to do it for you? No one, okay? Now, certainly as you grow, you will get clients who want to give you referrals, and you'll have these sort of brand ambassadors and these advocates on your behalf. I've got people who post in their Facebook group and tell their followers about my programs. You will have that one day, but no one will ever advocate for you and your business like you will, okay? So you have to do it first. You have to be willing to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to tell the world who you are, what you do, how you can help them. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about how you are advocating for yourself currently and what you can do right now, today, tomorrow, to be a better advocate for yourself and for your business, okay? The same way that my friend had to be an advocate for herself to get her surgery 7 hours ahead of when they'd scheduled it. They were going to wait like 24 hours from when they diagnosed her with appendicitis to actually take her appendix out. She advocated for herself, got them to take it out earlier, and it had already ruptured and she already had sepsis. I can't even think about what would have happened if she had had the later surgery. And then when she was laying in bed and unable, we were advocating on her behalf. So certainly others will advocate on your behalf when you have loyal people in your corner. But in the beginning, you've got to take the reins and get out there and advocate for yourself. So I want to hear, leave me a comment so I can check them out later and tell me what it is you do, who you help. Advocate for yourself, okay? And I'm going to check you out and hopefully I can become an advocate for you one day too. If you need help figuring out how to get yourself out there, I want you to join my next free training, www.guidemybrand.com/webinar. I will see you there.